everyone, this is a training on how to correctly clean a stove. So the microwave's already done. You always want to do your cabinets first, your microwave second, your stove third. So we're going to remove everything first. The grills never go in the sink. The grills never go in the sink. Take these off. The chemicals that we're going to be using is any kind of a multi-cleaner. This is just water and Meyer soap. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit on here. The second chemical you're going to use is just a cap full of your BioClean. And then you're going to finish her off with the polish. That's the secret to cleaning the stove. So you're going to take your rag, wet it 100% down, wet rag. If I can get this to open. Whoops. Cap full, that's all you need. Anything more is chemical abuse. And just, your rag is wet, so you're just gonna wipe that all on there. Squish. All right, you are good to go. And you're gonna do this on the entire stove. I wanna do it on the plastic, just on the chrome. You're gonna look underneath the microwave and hit that area. Whoops. And give it a good wallop. I do not have my tool to get in between the stove and the counter, so I'm actually gonna grab a butter knife. You need to do a full wide shot, Mark. And we're gonna go between the stove. And then go down below. That has not been done in a while. And you can see the yucks on there. And now we have the clean area. I'm gonna go back to here, take these. They may not come out perfect the first time, but if you do this each and every time, you're gonna have brand new looking tops. And you can see the rag is already mucked up, so it is working. Alright, and then I'm going to finish her up. Be careful with the little rubber tabs, they will pop out. But you want to make sure you're taking your finger and just kind of getting behind there. Get behind each. You don't have to pull these up, but if they do come up, give it a good rinse. See? Your BioClean is a type of abrasive. It works great. It is the fastest way to do a stove. Use a little muscle work. Remember, the cleaners are the strongest people on earth. And if you have the core values, you're going to make darn sure that this is perfect. If it doesn't lift up, you don't have to worry about it. towel here snaps off. Let's pull that off and remove that. Pull the caps off. This is where you're gonna know if a cleaner has been doing their job or not. If you're seeing every single burner has muck on it, that tells me whoever's been cleaning the kitchen has been not getting this. This only needs to be done once a month, but if you do it each and every time, then you're keeping up with it and you're not gonna get caught not doing your job. The same rag can do the entire stove. Whoops. You do not want to get liquids in these holes. If you spray onto there, it's going to drip down and you're going to see the streaks. And the only way you can get that out of there is by taking the entire stove apart. We're not contracted to do that, so don't spray the stove. And then we're going to pull this open and we're going to have our vacuum person just come in. You can see food right here. And this hasn't been done also in a very long time because this is corroded right here. Make sure you wipe the sides of your stoves. And when the door is open, make sure you get down here real quick and hit the floor. It's always funny when a client, say a woman drops her ring and it goes underneath and they pull that out and they're like, oh my gosh, my cleaners haven't even cleaned back there. So we want to make sure we do that. All right. Windex for the glass here. And I'm already down on my knees, so I'm just gonna get the bottom. There we go. With your rags, they're often, sometimes linty, just shake them out. And again, I don't care how many rags you guys go through, as long as the work is done. All right, so I'm gonna throw that away. And I'm gonna use a multi-cleaner just to wipe this part down so that I can polish it. There we go. Make sure you get underneath the handle. With COVID-19, you've got germs in the back of your fingers, so make sure you're getting the back of here. There we go. Okay, we'll vacuum that after. I'm gonna have Mark do that. All right, so that's wiped down. Now the magic begins. We don't want to spray that on the glass because it's going to smudge. So we're just going to hit all the chrome areas. The back of the rag is dry, so I'm just going to get the little lint I saw there. I'm going to go over it, the polish. It just takes all the fingerprints off. All right, this here, I've squirted what, 2 or 3 times. If it's a really bad stove, you'll probably need more. But you'll get a lot of those stoves that are so dull, and if you spray this on here, it brings a shine to it and it looks really nice. get the butter knives. Sink. All right. Now, what I like to do with these is open it up, just a little spray, go over it. Some of these are so damaged that putting that little polish on there just brings the life back. Okay, second one. And I got enough on here so I could probably just use the rag. Finish up buffing it out because that's all I'm doing at this point because it's cleaned. We're just buffing it out to a shine. Okay, there's plenty of stuff on my rag that I can buff this out up here. While I'm up here, I'm checking my backsplash, making sure that they're wiped down and re-wiping the underneath the microwave. It's probably the #1 areas that most cleaners miss. Now, we do not wash these. If it's a move out, we would, but it's very time consuming. But if they're super bad, just contact your supervisor or your boss, and then she'll talk to the client and we'll try to see if we can get them a new set or leave it up to them to decide what to do. All right, so now we have a clean stove. I'm just making sure all the lint is gone. All right, I'm going to put these in the rag, and now I'm gonna use soap. Dry rag, and I'm wiping these down. These should be done each and every time. If you do it each and every time, it doesn't take any effort and you'll be able to keep up with it. Remember, the clients are touching these with their fingers, so we want to make sure all the germs are off there when we walk out of the house. Okay, and then we're going to turn the stove on and just make sure that the burner's working, because sometimes some of our girls are flooding this with so much liquid that it's actually preventing them from re-burning up. So we want to make sure the burners are working and make sure they're closed. We have a client here who's actually my audience. All right. And just for the record, I have never cleaned this house. Based on my experience, I can walk into any house with confidence. Wow, that one's not working. Okay, there it goes.
Oh,
there we go.
that's kind of faulty.
Okay, so the client just said that it's kind of faulty.
Jim did something to it.
Oh no.
I'll blame him.
We will blame Jim. Sorry, Jim. All right. Now, you guys won't be as clumsy as me because I'm fighting cancer and my medication makes me shake a lot. And you guys will be a lot faster than me. All right.
Jackson, stop it.
I want to make sure these are dried and buffed. Okay, that one's working. One more. like to thank my cameraman Mark for filming this. Is there anything you'd like to add? He's afraid we're going to go live on YouTube, which he would be correct. All right, so all these are done. All the burners work. I see a little lint in the back, so I'm just going to rebuff that out real quick. And there are absolutely no streaks on this stove because of the stainless steel. Know your chemicals. It's going to be the key to moving faster. Okay, so now we're going to go to the grates. We do not wash these. No chemicals. All we do is take a dry rag and wipe them down. Do not put any form of chemicals on these at all. No water, no stainless steel, no chemicals. This is a liability. And we want to place it down gently. I notice some of our cleaners are very aggressive when they're touching clients' items. We want to treat things gentle. Again, absolutely no chemicals. Hi, puppy. No chemicals on the grills at all. All right, and then you'll have your tea kettle. That would be the last thing. My polish with the stainless steel, and I'm just gonna wipe this down. Wipe the handle down. He wants to be in the shot. He wants to be a movie star. And then we're gonna put this right in the middle. This is our trademark. Don't put it up front, don't put it in the back, put it in the middle. Now, of course, if there's no place in the middle, then put it in your front left.
There you go. You're a good boy.
And I'm checking my work. I'm looking at the bottom. I know I have to open up the stove and vacuum the inside. I need to hand wipe underneath the stove. I'm checking the sides using my fingers because that's how we check our work. There's no crumbs in here. Good girl. And that's it. And that is a clean stove. So if you do every stove like this, you're gonna be golden. Thanks, everyone.